Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I myself am doing pretty good. Happy New Year! Happy belated New Year, as I am recording this the day after New Year's, or to be correct, New Year's Day. I hope your New Year is going well so far. We're about, a week, 2 weeks in, depending on when this gets released. I hope it is a good one for you. I hope 2025 is your year if it was not last year. Now, it is time for your monthly mirror dungeon, the most okay mirror dungeon runs that you will ever see on the internet. And today we are brought to you by our friends at Corp. Make sure to take the train, 10 seconds anywhere in the city, or your money back. And why don't you go ahead and get those luxury seats rather than riding in economy, ride in style, ride in class. You won't regret it. Now let's see what we're gonna do. I haven't quite figured out how much of these new modifiers I like, but I'm gonna go with that. I think that's sufficient. Let me know in the comments down below what you like to run, because I'd be actually very interested. I'm still getting used to the new mirror dungeon. I played it when it released a little bit ago, but I haven't had much time other than that to play it. I've only got, I don't know, maybe 3 runs through it at this point, all with different. I did a slash poise, and then I did one charge, and I did a bleed. I haven't taken the Liu association with burn through yet. I think that'll be interesting. I did not pick the card to get 2 starting items, so we're going to go with the battery here. I think all of these could be pretty decent. If I remember right, the Outcast has got a lot of slash weak enemies. So let's go with that. Because if you haven't played with Corp, which is what this is going to be mostly built off of, we're going to have some multi-crack in there as well, but Corp really likes their slashing attacks rather than crushing. They have, I think, a couple of pierce, but even then, if you want to get those extra damage types, you're really going to want to bring in some other charge IDs, like multi-crack here. Yeah. Slash and crush. And then Arcor. Arcor is good. Arcor Ishmael is one of my favorite units in the game. She is very, very good. But you have to know how to use her. She is the ID that made me start reading what the center's IDs do, because on more than one occasion I have absolutely taken out my own units by accident, because the way her skill 3 works is you can always use it, but if you don't have a minimum charge to meet a threshold, then she will choose a random target instead of the one that you intend to hit, which can include our lovely friends here, which we do not want. Don't want to hit, that is. I'm gonna keep going through. That is one thing I would like to build out a little bit more as well, to where I'll have a charge team that's mostly Corp. I still need to get Ryoshu. Do I have Merceau? I don't think I have Merceau either. So I could definitely fill up my roster here with some more Corp stuff. Because of course I don't have him subbed in right here, but I also have Yiseng, which he's pretty good. He's got a little bit of rupture added into his kit. Which is always which is pretty nice. Rupture is a little bit interesting one. I'm still trying to build out a Rupture team myself. I think Rupture is interesting. I don't like it as much as Bleed, though, to be honest. I can see the potential there, but in my opinion, unless you are going up against an encounter or a boss that absolutely destroys a team that is weak to blunt damage, to crush damage, such as in Corp. Unfortunately, they are all quite squishy to that. I would just rather go with bleed. That, and I'm building up a bleed team right now that is based off of Kurakumo, which, if you look at the little cuts, the splash art during the load screens, you'll be able to see that I recently got Kurakumo Ryoshu, who right, dumbass, which is quite good. I really like the way that she feels. She does a lot of damage if you have bleed build up. Look at that splash art. That is beautiful. All the art in this game is so good. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Just gotta charge. I'm gonna do this since we're not consuming charge. Same here. Ooh, that's actually kind of rough. Actually, maybe not. Let's see where he's attacking and see if we can interrupt. Neutral. What about Photo Electric? Photo Electric's favored, so we're gonna go with that. Don does not have the charge. No. To deal with that, we're gonna throw a counter current in there because she has 2. Why not? Little cleanup support, and we're ready to roll. It's one thing too, man. When multi-crack came around, I might have mentioned it last month. Pick those up, and man, those IDs can absolutely slap enemies. I mean, if you get a charged up charge counter current, especially if you got some other buffs that you can throw on as well, it is ridiculous. Because, I mean, I really have 3 nukers on this team, and once you get through a mirror dungeon and start to get some of those items to keep charge up, start giving barriers on your characters, I mean, it is really good. It feels really, really fun to play. Speaking of, we're going to go ahead and make some damage happen. Poor Dawn doesn't have any charge on her. Poor girl. Do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to charge leap. Does he have enough for charge? No, it's 10 plus. So we're just going to take this. We're going to hide this behind Otis's ability. And check this out if you've never seen Mind Whip come through before. Bam, 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 bam. 99, not the greatest, but once you start to get up there, you can, especially on a staggered enemy, it gets a little bit ridiculous, the damage that you can do with a Mind Whip. And like I mentioned, I do want to run R-Core as an engine for a charge team. Obviously, I'm not woken up enough, as you can tell by a little bit of gravel in my voice. And today, I forgot to mention, I do not have coffee. Sad days. Perhaps that's the issue here. But I do have some tea. But never fear, I will be going to the store later today, and we are going to rectify that situation very quickly. Because as you can no doubt tell, your boy needs his coffee. Tea's pretty good as well, though. I actually, a long time ago, because I drink a lot of coffee, periodically would cut out coffee entirely and just switch it with hot water, just to make sure that I wasn't, gonna tweak out on coffee. And at this point, and at that point, but especially now, I have had so much coffee that it really didn't make a difference. Like, whatever the governing system for caffeine in the body is, I'm not sure what that is. If you're a biology nerd, go ahead and drop that down below. I'd be interested to hear. But yeah, whatever governs that, I have just about burnt it out. So I have gone through. I don't go through as much coffee now I only drink maybe a pot a day, and that's if I'm going for it, just because I don't want to waste coffee that I make. But there was a time, man, where I was down in, 2 pots of coffee, and if I needed an extra boost at work, I'd hit up the coffee machine and make a red eye. Because at my old work, not the work I'm at now, but used to, it had it was a fancy coffee machine there that they had at the office, and it would make regular drip coffee, but it could also make like shots of espresso and stuff like that. So I'd go in there, with the big cup, and go ahead and get a cup of coffee, then throw in a couple shots of espresso for a red eye. It was good, man, but if you aren't ready for that level of caffeine hitting your system, now I imagine that could be rough. Let's see, now we're tearing through these guys. Man, W-Core has some great animations to them. They look great, they feel great to play. Multi-crack is pretty good too, but I think for my money when it comes to charge units right now, I definitely prefer W-Core and how they look. Actually, how much do we have? Let's see if we can get some oh, wow. All of these are quite nice. Alright, so let's get this. Let's get this. Do I want to get this? Yeah, let's go ahead and get this. Do a refresh real quick. Let's see, don't have any others. So let's go ahead and sell these burn ideas, I think. And the reason why I'm going to sell instead of fuse them is we've already got all these charge IDs, or not IDs, excuse me, items. And, oh, need to sell, thank you. Then we're going to go ahead and do some enhancing. So I do want to go ahead and do that, because that will be 3 allies with charge count off the rip, which is awesome. And this will give us damage up as well. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of that. See if we can get this. Yeah, 3. Let's charge. Unique charge. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that. Don't think we can do anything else. That's a pretty good haul. And that means as well we don't really have to worry about healing as much with that new item. I believe that was just added in with this mirror dungeon. Let's see, let's look at it. Yeah, this uncapped defibrillator, which at turn end heals HP and SP equal to the sum of charge count and unique charge consumed by attack skills. And you get extra healing if it's below half health, which is pretty dang good, especially with multi-crack, because multi-crack, they have skills that consume HP. You can see right there, percent HP. And let's see, same over here with Faust with her skill 2. So that will work very much in our favor. Although we're going to be, I think we're going to be killing it here in a second regardless. Shout out to Golden Apple. If you haven't played through that much of the story yet, why are you here? Also, go play it. But if you know, you know. Real ones know. Poor Gregor. I love that dude. I really hope he gets more and more screen time. Rhodey actually got a fair bit of screen time in time killing time. So I'm hoping something like that happens with Greg as well. I think so. The pieces are there on the board to do so. It just depends on when Project Moon and where Project Moon wants to deploy those, I think. It'll be interesting to see. I haven't quite got through the dream ending yet. I'm at the... how should I put it? The second big blood fiend of this story. And I'm getting my butt handed to me a little bit, but I think I can just out endurance the fight. I think I'm right towards the end of it. I think all I need to do is to level up some IDs to be able to consistently smack my way through the fight, get rid of the ads, and then focus on the boss. Focus the boss down. And as soon as I get that done, I think we will be in business. Don't want trimmer, so let's refresh. A little bit better. I do like the Magic Hell boss. I think that's pretty funny. The C expansion. I really enjoyed Ishmael's story there, I will say. I'm gonna keep moving. Whenever it's sinking, it's not really what we want, but it'll be alright. I cannot remember what this gives you. We're gonna make Otis do it, because I think that'd be funny to see Otis try and help a giraffe creature. Hammer, that's cost, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so that's not too bad. And we are going to take this fight. So we've got a lot of the gloom affinity, so I think we're going to be able to cut our way through it pretty well. It was also very good, very minor spoiler, and only if you're into Project Moon in general, for all this stuff. The bit of the story where this map comes from, this floor rather. It was really, really good to see Molar works again. And I did not realize, perhaps I just forgot how it worked. Or maybe it wasn't said, I can't remember. I would have to go look. But the ending stuff with people in the library, if you've played Library of Ruina, but that was really, really cool to see. And it also opens the door to some very, very interesting possibilities of characters popping up in random places and strange places. Let's see here. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. And also, I might have mentioned it as well, but I did really enjoy seeing Moses and the Moses Office crew, not from Ruina, as I was just talking about with Molarworks, but Moses and her crew, being Ezra and Vespa, showing up for a little bit. That was quite good. I hope I see more of them as well. And definitely kind of put into verification some ideas I had rattling around in my head, and got rid of a couple of other theories I had rattling around in my head about Limbus Company and where it's going to be going with its story. I think it's very exciting. I really want to see all those characters come back in force, whether it's here or I believe there was at one point talks that they weren't going to continue the Distortion Detective web novels, and they were going to bring them back in a visual novel format at some point after Limbus. I don't know if that's true. Can anybody confirm that? Because if so, that would be awesome. I think that would be very, very, very cool. So we continue to tear through. Doesn't need to use her skill 3 on that. That would just be overkill. That would just be rude. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? As I charge counter current, a poor giant hermit crab. Feels very Metal Slug. You know what I mean? Like oh, what is it? I think it's the first level of Metal Slug 3 that you're on the beach. I think so. I can't quite remember. It's been a long time since I played those games. A shout out to my girl Fio, by the way. Best girl, don't at me. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's refresh. Let's see what we got. Only to 4. More haste, which it doesn't suck, but we don't really have any damage. So let's go ahead and enhance. Do that. We're going to do both of these because we do have some Wrath skills. I'm going to hold on to this since that's a 3-star. I'm going to sell this one and keep the upgrade train rolling. We're going to upgrade this. Go ahead and get those damage ups. I'm going to do... No, I can't do that. We're actually going to do this. Keep the damage up, keep the haste. Strike hard, strike fast. Strike first. All that good stuff. Cobra Kai. Whatever the kids are saying. Alright. King Trash Crab. We meet again. Let's see, who's got charge? Odie does not have charge. Let's roll with this. Deal with you. Go on you. You. Is this the... Yeah, it's the indiscriminate one. Just throw that on there and try and get rid of some of the trash. Pun not intended in this case. There we go, we got some charge on Don Quixote. Get a little bit of charge on Otis. Multi-crack Heathcliff doing some work. Heathcliff is a strange character in my opinion to run. I haven't quite figured out where I like to put him yet. I know when I make up a sinking team, I'm probably going to take Earl King. Just because I have him and he seems really good. But building around him is, I find, quite hard to do. Let's see. Do that. Let's throw on some of these bad boys. Multi-crack does pretty good. In Corp, Heathcliff can do quite a bit of damage if you set him up right. If you give him the tools and opportunity, he's actually pretty dang gnarly. His skill 2, I think, the Infirm Retribution, the one where he swings his hammer 3 times. And if you've got some what's it called, some sanity on him, if you have him full sanity, and you hit all 3 coin flips, that can be pretty dang good. Especially if you send him against, ooh, lucky, against an enemy that has, that's already been staggered, like they've just clipped the stagger threshold, that can be pretty gnarly amounts of damage. Let's see, we could do the unconfronting. I think we will, because I do want this barrier field. That will come in handy later. That will be our secret Mousecatool. Let's see. Oh, origami crane guy. We're, of course, going to shake our head. Because, I mean, he's just... I mean, look at him. He's awesome. He's got 2 little bird guard friends. Oh, do I want to get this? Yes. Didn't mean to do that, but we'll roll with it. I actually saw on the internet, I saw a guy do a cosplay of the origami crane guy. And that was really, really fun. That was a really, really fun cosplay to see. Let's see here. Consume 6. Don't have 6, so we're gonna go with this. We're just gonna mostly evenly distribute these. Make sure we get our resonance bonus for our W core. And I believe it's Ishmael's is the other one. We will stop and look after these attacks go through. Lots of damage. Brutal. Nice, both parts broken. Let's see. Yep, Don Quixote's quick recharge. Which gained charge by resonance divided by 3. That helps a little bit. Yep, and Ishmael gain gloom resonance divided by 3 attack power up. And if you fail to deal damage, you lose SP. So, bit of a double-edged sword, but you can do some monster stuff as well. And this is just going to be cleanup for the most part, so let's not burn anything. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to carry over. So let's just pop those. And keep the good times rolling. Simple as. Take that. One thing I have done before, since a pendant popped up there, is I have run some poise on W core, like a more traditional W core, subbing in Isang for Ishmael, I believe is who I put in, or replaced rather, and going in kind of like half and half on the charge items and the poise items, and dude, it can be pretty nuts if you play your cards right and make sure that you're getting items that will work with the characters that do not naturally get poise from their skills. It can be pretty disgusting. I'm tempted to do that again, but I think we're gonna go with the gadget. Everybody's still pretty hale and hearty. We don't need a phlebotomy pack. So let's enhance. So this is going to be really good. We don't have enough for all of it. Or do I want to sell something? I could sell a couple things and see if we can get there. We're going to do that. So let's get rid of this. Sticky Mug, because that's really not going to do us too much good, if at all. I don't know if I have any pure skills, maybe 1 or 2. So we're going to go back to enhance, and we can get the lightning rod +2 now, which is just going to be good. And bloody gadget, I mean, damage up, yes, please, thank you. Love me some damage up. So we're going to leave, and we're going to go visit Chromie. If you're playing through for the first time, through the story that is, and you have an in-core Sinclair, No matter what your build is, go ahead and take him the first time you go through that story fight. Trust me, it'll be cool. Excuse me as I clear my throat a little bit. Let's see, how much does... Oh, she has 10 already? We are going to fry this lady. I mean, full-on Popeye's chicken. Chicken in the frying pan. We are getting her. It is really funny, because... Oh, she dodged. Can't believe that. Because this fight used to be terrifying. Back when I would, well, when I was beating the story for the first time through her part, and then going back into the mirror dungeons and seeing her pop up, it's like, no, no way, I did this already. You can't make me. Alright. Have enough for a barrier. There we go. Wrong skill there. Go ahead. Actually, we should be pretty close to proccing stun, so I don't want to do that. Let's not get in our own way. I think we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna hold on to the Dante skill, because I would actually like to hold that onto the last fight of the mirror dungeon run, just in case things can get a little bit silly. And I prefer to have that as a backup, just in case. One thing that I would love to have, just a minor gripe, really not a gripe, just a just something that would feel a little bit better, I think, to play, would be to have enemies like this not cleanse their debuffs. If it's the same enemy, they're just going into a different phase. That's something that I would like. Now, could that be overpowered and make it be a less fun experience because you just absolutely just demolish anything with a 2-phase? Maybe. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. And perhaps is why I am not the one making these games, or games like this. But from a player standpoint, I think that would be very, very fun. I'm of course willing to be wrong on that. Give me your opinion, especially if you have experience making games. That would be pretty cool, and just in general. Let's see if we can't take this girl out. There's one stagger marker. I think we're gonna get the second. There we go, stagger plus. There we go. 2. Very close, and she's down. What a horrid boss design. Like, I mean that in the best way possible. She's gross, but in a good way. Alright, we're gonna grab our gambling. Oh, nice, we got one. Last time, I don't know what it was, but I mean, this mirror dungeon, man, my luck has not been good. And we're gonna grab our material interface force shield, which will be very good. Having charge barrier is just really nice. But that is where we are going to hold off on this part, and when we come back, we're going to select our 4 theme pack, and we will be right back into it. So don't go anywhere, well, you know, for a week or two, and then come back and I'll be right here where we left off.